too.
Yeah. Lennar's the other one that I know a lot of people like. Lennar, some of these charts look pretty good over here.
Yeah, they're just starting to turn, and they might just run into the rate cut, which I think that would be amazing. That would make for a nice run for the next handful of weeks.
Yeah, and honestly, if that's what happens and those run and the rest of the market kind of just tracks its way back up and repairs the charts, then you're setting up for a much better look. There's IWM new high of day over that the previous double top all time high.
Yeah, and the double leverage nail ETF is up 13.5% today.
Yeah, I was about to say, I bet that one's flying 13.5.
Yeah, that's good. Party is back on.
It's always a party somewhere.
That's right. And it's crazy because we've said it, like you've got this big move going on in the market since Friday, and you just look at Netflix and it doesn't even budge. It doesn't.
Well, you know what? Budge. You know what's still bothering me even beyond that?
Bitcoin?
I mean, if risk is back on,
why is Bitcoin red on the day?
Why is crypto all red? All of it. MSTR is at the lows.
Yeah, can't even find a buyer.
Do you think that is it because maybe Bitcoin doesn't innovate anymore? Like it is what it is, right? It's a mature asset at this point that's been around for more than a decade. There is no real innovation taking place within the.
I do like that argument. I like the argument that the newness is worn off.
It's mature, right? Which is like the whole thing of like when I hear Saylor saying something to the effect of, "Oh, we still have it going to 150,000 by year end." So you have it going up 75% in the next 5 weeks, right? Like that's just insane. It doesn't move like that anymore. There's just too much institutional control over it for it to really move like that. It's too big of an asset for it to in 5 weeks, right? This isn't like some speculative stuff anymore. It's a well-established asset that's over a decade old. So, and there is no newness, right? Like that's one of the things that makes any stock, and I know Bitcoin isn't that, right? It's like this store of wealth. But like what makes any individual stock move is like some new product, some new innovation, some new theme, some new something. Bitcoin doesn't really have that. And you're in Mexico, so I guess I could ask, are there people there who use Bitcoin daily for transactions?
No, they're trying to grow the popularity of it. It's funny because you actually see it a lot, but it's all expats that are, like Americans that have Bitcoin that are building these Bitcoin cafes and stuff, and a lot of like, these like remote workers and stuff, people that have moved to Mexico City or people that have moved over to like the Cancun, all that area. That's the only place I see like a ton of Bitcoin. Actually, everywhere else, they're looking at Ethereum way more because it makes way more sense as a like transaction payment type of method.
Interesting. Why Ethereum? I don't know why one over the other.
I think you get into like the gas fees, the networks, and all the stuff that's built on top of it, and then the supply stuff. I don't know, stable coins. You start to get real deep into the weeds, and I don't want to speak out of place. I know enough to be dangerous for the conversation, but that's where more people are interested as far as like the payment structure stuff. I mean, Bitcoin, the store value, but when you have digital gold that's well underperforming the entire market and actual gold, which still looks pretty good, I don't know. That doesn't help you either. I saw Nara slide in here. Ariel, you're welcome to hang out with us. We are going to talk futures here. I think some of the futures crew may slide in here this afternoon. Nara.
Thank you for having me on, guys.
Yeah, Ariel, thanks for coming. I did put that. I'll I'll highlight that one more time here. It's in the YouTube chat. Make sure you go follow Ariel, check him out, check out him and Nick Drendel and the rest of the crew. They've got a nice group over there, nice room. If you want to learn more, Ariel's a very smart guy on a lot of our Spaces shows as well. Hopefully you'll come back, Ariel, hang out with us again.
Absolutely, brother. We'll talk to you guys soon. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Talk soon, Ariel.
Beautiful,
Have a
sir.
good one.
Take care.
Later, fellas.
All right, Mr. Nara. What's going on?
What's going on?
10-2. The Patriots are 10-2, man. That's what's going on. They haven't beat a good team yet, but they're 10-2.
The Bills aren't good. The Bucs
Dude, the
aren't
Bills
good.
are not the Bills are not the Bills. You beat the Bucs with a hurt Mayfield.
Okay.
You
Well,
beat a bunch of nobodies.
you know what happened when every year that Brady won the Super Bowl?
But
He
you're
doesn't
10-2.
play anybody. Good teams beat the ones they're supposed to beat.
That's the counter argument I always make anyway, and I'm so glad that you just come with that.
It's the NFL.
Sure.
Every team can play. We beat the Panthers, who are now 6-5. I mean, that didn't look like a good win then, but I mean that might be a playoff team in the NFC.
Could be. They looked terrible last night. They had 3 interceptions in the first half, and they couldn't score.
Or whatever it was. So the Patriots are back. You're just gonna have to deal with it. Where's Evan? Evan is gonna another decade of crying for Jets fans. 22-year-old quarterback. So
all of New York sports, the Yankees are the only decent team in New York, I guess.
yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy. What have you been up to? Did you get in anywhere this morning on that dip, or you just been watching?
Yeah,
What's going on?
actually, so I was able to. So obviously, it's Thanksgiving week. It's a lot. I got a lot of family coming this week. We're actually the first year hosting it, Casa de Nara. So a lot of work getting ready for stuff like that. So I've been running my automated stuff, and I had a phenomenal long today at. What did this get long at? I'm 67.36, and it exited at 63. And that's it. That's the only trade I've taken today, so that was a good one.
I've been fighting my way around a couple times. I just had a feeling when they held so well this morning, and everything like ES looked much better than Tech, and it just kept holding with this 720 area. And I was like, they're gonna institutions are away. They're gonna just end up just floating this thing higher. And sure enough,
we've been doing this future space together now for just about a year, every Tuesday, and every Tuesday of holiday weeks, I say the same thing. And there's been maybe 1 or 2 exceptions. Holiday weeks are retail volume weeks. Retail is long only, and they just tend to grind higher. It's you don't tend to get these big sell-offs in these holiday weeks because the volume is not there. Volume needs to sort of overwhelm the selling. So all day we've seen volatility since yesterday. I'm looking at the VIX since yesterday when it opened at 22.50. We're down $4 on the VIX. Just been nonstop vol selling all day today. We've seen ticks in the 600 to 1,000, 1,200 range. We're coming into, I think we are reclaiming the 50-day. Yep, we reclaimed the 50-day on the NASDAQ. We are not there yet. 100 points away on the NASDAQ, almost exactly.
We topped out on NDX.
We actually just reclaimed the 20-day on ES.
Like here, it's right here on NDX, literally at the high of where we're sitting.
Yeah, so we get over this area, right? I mean, that more volume comes in. You got a lot of systematic sort of mid-term trading systems that go long over, moving averages, and they stay long. You've got the 20-day and the 50-day pretty much converging here on ES. They're 20 points apart. yeah, I think it's been since yesterday when I sort of started getting long some different stocks, or the other day I started getting long some stocks. We had a 100-day test, break, and reclaim. I mean, that's a pretty normal bull market thing, and we'll see if we go and just come back and start to auction higher again. I think it's very, very possible that we just come and auction higher. It's been a fun market. It's been a really fun market the last couple of weeks. I would love to see volatility stay north of 18. I don't know if it happens, but that would be sort of the dream, is we keep vol up over 18-ish. Yeah, we're definitely coming into some areas of resistance here.
I have way too many lines on this SPX chart.
Do the Gov move every morning. I'm on stream with him in our room, and he literally just hits the delete all drawings button every day and does it over again.
Let's see. Previous all-time high, exactly right there. And let's draw normal fib retrace is exactly, basically right there too.
Yeah.
Golden retrace. And the NASDAQ hadn't even done a, we didn't even got the half back of this move down yet.
What's the half? I mean, 50-day underside test is 25,135 on the net on NQ. On NDX, it's probably here.
NDX, it's like right here. I mean, your half back of the move is 25K, 25,018. Your 50-day is sitting at 25,970, 980, which is we're 20 points under it. So that's why, like, the only thing that
24,980, you mean?
Yeah, I'm sorry, 24,980. So it's like literally right here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're going to see. I think there's a potential for a press into the close here in the last 50 minutes. I think it's very possible that we go, and at the very least we go play around the NQ 100-day, which is 110 points there.
This is your simplistic view of the 50-day right here.
Yeah.
Right at the high. And like you said, I'm still concerned, which it could last, through the end of the week, but this entire push up has been on like low volume.
Yeah, I mean we'll deal with next week when next week comes. But
I'll keep that in mind for next week, of course. But like when I look at yesterday and today, both a falling volume on rising price.
And tomorrow will be even less.
Probably, yeah. And does it push even higher tomorrow on less volume, which is very possible.
100%.
And you clear up.
Friday's a half day, is that right?
Friday is 1 p.m. close, I believe.
So I mean, it's tomorrow's
bond
full day, correct?
Yeah, tomorrow's full day.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people don't like trading these weeks. I don't mind trading these weeks. They're pretty easy price action normally.
I usually find a good like on Friday on those half days, those holiday half day things. I usually find a good get in on a dip somewhere, and you can literally just let it ride.
That's what I did yesterday. That's what I did for a good part of
That's what I should have done today.
I'll
be kicking myself that I didn't do that today.
I had some holiday trading days in yesteryear that I tried to short, and it's just it just doesn't go well normally. Thanksgiving, Christmas, July 4th week, they just the big money's on a in the Hamptons already, or in Aspen.
Yeah, they're already out there.
And
that turkey's marinating already.
Yeah, no, we're the only dummies sitting here looking at screens, and So I think they tend to be really sort of mild days that tend to just meander and float higher. Especially if we had a sort of VIX go up. What did we top out at on the VIX? 26, 25?
Yeah, something like that. Let me see.
You know, you're just getting sort of
28.
constant vol selling now. And
Yeah, it's just
look at the last 2 days. It's just pure vol. I mean, right now we're getting a 1,200, almost 1,200 tick on the New York Stock Exchange. All day we've been sitting in like the 800 to 1,200 range.
yeah, and your passive buying has been very
Yeah.
strong today too.
Like it doesn't
Yeah,
even
volume.
need to be options driven or anything on days like this. It's just that sort of passive.
Yeah, just a slow grind to the upside. That's what it's been all day.
Yeah. Yep. It's not like violent. I think we got back into positive gamma this morning, if I remember. Don't. Is that a Renko chart there? No. It's just.
No, this is Valdi versus Valdi.
It looks
Or-
like
Yeah,
a Renko.
Renko chart. That's funny.
Does it look like a
that's
Renko
just,
chart?
yeah. Well, it's just clear volume, just volume buying all day. It hadn't even really downticked. Valdi Q did downtick just a little bit ago, right here, but it's pushed back up to new highs of the day.
Yep.
Yeah, the ES is sitting right on the 4-hour 200 period.
Yeah, I think the Nasdaq sort of having room to keep going, I think could be what could pull ES. If Nasdaq's been the laggard, you know, it's been the laggard all day. You got SPOOs up 0.8, you got Qs up 0.4. Not I mean, IWM up 2.3, but
Almost 2.5.
But I mean, you get some of the Qs. Those players starting to play catch up. That could really get.
Yeah, the interesting thing is you have like Walmart. I mean, not Walmart. You have Walmart's just a Mag 7 stock in my brain. Now you have Microsoft coming off its 200-day. You have Meta super oversold that could work its way back up even higher. It's trying to turn the corner a little bit. You have Amazon that just bounced off its 200-day for a second time in a month after making all-time high, and the rest of them are all up, near all-time high. Apple, Google. You've got even like Broadcom's in that top 10 weighting that's doing very well. They're kind of all over the map, but in that, the scenario you're talking about there, if you do start playing some catch up, then, you could easily see the market repair itself pretty quick. Those charts are like, there's a lot of broken charts that need to be repaired, but at the same time, time of the year, all that stuff. I do hate how many times I'm seeing the word Santa Claus rally, because this is probably the dumbest thing I've seen this year is the Santa Claus rally. We're not even close to when that actually is. And seasonality's been off the entire year, and now people want to talk about the Santa Claus rally. Like, I'm just so confused. People are doing with
And
those.
Santa Claus rally is the last week of the year. It's not
The
right
last
now.
week of the
I think the thing that sticks out for me in this week is I just cannot believe Bitcoin is so weak. Like that to me, like it's led the whole move down, and like I would expect it to lead the move out. That's just from a risk
talk
side.
about a broken chart. Good.
At least get a bounce. I mean, you've had 2 days in the S&P up, 100.
Well, look at this. You came straight down. You got one green day. You came down one green day. Came down. You finally got 2 green days in a row, and you're not even really getting to a 9 EMA and rejecting.
Right.
And you're flirting with disaster here still.
I just think like we talked about, I think the line in the sand is I want to break that upper trend line north of 68.25 in SPX. that's when I think we're in the all clear and we go higher. If we don't break above that area, I still think that we got maybe some resistance up there. A lot of congestion in here. Anything can happen. Like, we still got to take out Thursday's high, which is, what is that, 91? Or,
Which one, sorry?
67.70 on SPX,
Oh, SPX.
which is last Thursday's high. We haven't taken that out yet. 67.70.35.
Let me just clean this up here.
So you're the other thing is you're going into that high, very overbought. RSI at 84. So let's see
What's overbought?
I just said I'm looking at an hourly on SPX, and we're coming into this high and approaching 84 on the RSI. So momentum is obviously up the last few days, but you're coming into an area of resistance.
Oh, where's the rest of your crew? Are they all on vacation?
Gov took a spill the other day, so he is getting checked out at the all Dr.
Oh,
And Lee is going to be here shortly. He has family in town for the holiday, and I believe he was playing golf this morning. So he played golf this morning, and he's going to be here in a little while.
oh. There's been some definitely bright spots. My largest position hit a new all-time high today, so
That's always nice when it does that.
it's always nice when it does that when the market's not doing much.
I mean, some of my laggard positions are really starting to heat up, which is really great. Albemarle, ticker ALB. I've been in that one for a while, but that one's really starting to heat up, and that has a lot of room to the upside if lithium wants to get moving.
See, this is a good looking chart. There's a lot of like the same names that I hear every day.
What's that?
I hear like the same 20 names every day around different, spaces and X and everything.
Yeah. You don't.
And
really
all
hear-
almost all those charts look bad, and then I get other names like this, and I'm like, okay, this is a good looking chart.
This is a great looking chart. I mean, this has been a laggard for like 2 years. It's finally sort of breaking this downtrend. It's got some real low volume right ahead where it could sort of skip like a rock back to $200. I think that this is a great one to be pressing a little into, but it's also a volatile name that is a commodity name that has a lot of commodity exposure that comes with some additional inherent risk.
Is this an American company? Where are they based?
Largest lithium mining company in the world.
Oh, they're all over.
Yeah.
This is really like gappy action. It almost looks like a European or a Chinese name.
It's a jumpy name. It's always been a jumpy name. It's a really fun name to trade because it's sort of ranges can be really, really good. It's liquid on the option side reasonably. It's a good name, but I owned it from around $200. I stopped out at like $150, and I started buying it again at like $120, and I bought the thing all the way down to, I don't know, $70. and just kept sort of buying small pieces of it every week. So I have about an $80-something average on it now. But I think that can be a really, really strong name in the sort of cyclical type environment. The other name that I have a lot of that I'm really waiting for it to go, I mean, I'm up a lot on it right now, is AQST. It's a biotech, sort of a small cap, but they have a catalyst coming in January. So I like that.
Bios have been hot too. Like
Yeah,
the
like,
whole
look at
sector. You look at XPI.
AQST. I mean, AQST, I was buying in the $354 range. We have a biotech guy in our Discord. He's all over this one. I guess their catalyst is in early January. Some data coming out, but this company is financially in a good spot. They're not going to raise money. So it's a good one where you have sort of a good risk reward setup for quite a bit higher. But it's just sort of been sitting at this $5.56 range for a while. I think it probably will until January. So see how that one goes. The other chart that's really good, and I'm sure this one's been on the radar on some spaces too, AMP is Rivian. But that's a good looking setup here. If you go back and really sort of zoom out, it's been in this sort of flag or channel for, I don't know, since mid 2024, maybe a little earlier. So it bounced off that area very nicely. I took some profits on it last week around 18, I believe it was, or 1750. I think this is sort of gearing up for a real explosive move higher. Don't know when. It really could be any time, but I think this has a $30 sort of move in it in the next 6 to 9 months.
Yeah, Rivian, my only concern is the profitability. And once they hit that, I think they'll get going very nicely. But until they hit that,
yeah, it's a nice buying name if you can buy it in the 11-12 range and sell it in the 15-16 range.
yeah, it just keeps doing the same.
So I've been doing that, and I mean, I've just reduced my cost basis over and over and over again. I believe I've done it 3, maybe 4 times. So we'll see how it goes, but I think it's a name that I do want to keep some exposure to. I think they're sort of one. I don't like saying the word due, but I think they're due for a pretty good.
You own Rivian?
What's that?
You own Rivian?
I don't.
Oh no.
Well, I own the stock. I don't own a Rivian truck.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm a
got
Toyota truck
Rivian.
guy.
Where's my? I just bought Rivian in October.
Probably in that $12 range, right? I don't know what it was in October.
Yeah, like $13.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
like
that's a good spot to own it. I mean, I think you can keep trimming it in 16, 17 range and rinse, repeat until it does something, and just keep reducing that cost basis. So it makes you sort of be able to take that shot with reduced risk.
Yeah.
But not reduced risk, but not reduced size. That's my goal, is not having reduced size, but having reduced risk.
Did you get that gap fill trade?
Which one? Today?
Morning?
No.
Was there a gap fill trade or no?
No gap fill trade today. It was too small.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
There was on IndieX if you got in. I mean, but it was just tough to play it.
Yeah, so like the automated gap fill strategy that we have, and everyone.
Oh, the automated.
That's what I was
sets it up
asking about. I was
slightly
wondering if that
different.
triggered.
How I set that up is I have a minimum gap requirement where I also have a maximum. I don't want, if we gap down, 4%, 3.5. I think mine's set at 3%. I'm not.
Yeah, you're not going to try and play that gap fill. Yeah.
Yeah, right. It's just too high of a of a risk trade. You know, I'm not going to be shooting for that. I'll let my other systems play that if it comes down to it. But a lot of people have it set up so it's like for me, my minimum gap to play is 0.2%. But if we're gapping down like 0.1%, it's not even going to consider a trade.
Yeah.
Today, I think I only do it on ES. A lot of folks do it on NQ2, but I only do it on ES.
It seems that majority of the automation strategies are cleaner on ES for some reason.
ES is a cleaner price action for automating,
Yeah.
and you have a whole lot less slippage. NQ, you can trigger a stop or an entry on a nasty wick. ES is less likely to do that. So my preference on if I'm trading, there's 3 instruments I really enjoy automating: ES, GC, and silver. Oil, I'm searching high and low for an oil strategy. If you got an oil strategy that's killer, audience, shoot me a message, please.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys will get into it in the next hour, but we're launching our strategy marketplace in the next 2 weeks. So a lot of cool stuff going to be coming out from the general public, that people that have built stuff and built successful systems that are going to be available to purchase access of through our marketplace to automate through us. So really excited. I've been looking at a lot of stuff from people have been sending our way. Some really cool stuff that's going to be launching on the marketplace on day one. A cool 1-minute orb strategy that trades NQ. Just a really, really fun strategy that just kills it. That's going to be launching the strategy actually that I wrote today that took that nice ES trade long. That's going to be available for access too. There's going to be a couple gold strategies. Really wanting to find an oil one. So, if anyone out there has something that they've had success running oil, please shoot me a message.
Yeah, and for those that don't know, Clear Edge Automation is an official sponsor of the stream. So if you guys haven't tried it out, you want to get into the automation, make sure you guys are trying it out. I can get a link for you. But we're going to talk about it in this next hour. So
yeah,
we'll
and I
dive
think
a little
you guys
bit more.
have a code Wolf. I believe it gets you a free trial as well as $50 off. So if you guys use that code, you can come try it out for free and see what it can do, because it's a fun tool if you're a futures trader and you're not automating. I think that you're missing out on a fair amount of cash flow, because that's what I use it for. I mean, my manual trading is still my bread and butter, so I make my money. Automation cash flows for me and helps, on the days where I'm busy, or like Smoothie's out playing golf today. Wish I was playing golf, but those are the days where automation really, really does well.
That's where it's nice.
Boy, today would have been a perfect day for golf.
I know.
It's a little cold here. I mean, Monday starts hunting season for me, so I will be.
What season opens up? Deer or duck?
Deer, yes, shotgun. I don't do archery. I'm not a big fan of archery, and I don't have the patience for archery.
He says, "Give me a shotgun."
So I'm going to be sitting in a tree.
What do you use? A slug?
Yeah. I have 20 gauge.
That's fun, gosh. Did you play anything today, Laura? Manually?
Manually, no.
Nah, you just kicked back. Yeah, it was a weird morning.
No, I've been. So this is one of the strategies that's going to be on the marketplace. I can share my screen if you guys want.
Yeah,
this is one of the ones that's going to be on the
Please.
marketplace when the marketplace launches. Let's see. Oh, you're welcome. Whoever commented there, always available to help. But this is. Did I share my screen? Did it work?
We're gonna get it up right now. There it is.
Yeah. So this is one of the ones that's going to be on the marketplace. Pretty cool strategy. Yesterday I got a nice long here. This is a one. It's adaptive sort of price targeting and stop. But today's trade was a nice one. 1287. This is trading one ES contract today. Yesterday was a nice trade. It does lose. I mean, automation loses too, but this is a really, really nice strategy.
Wow, that's solid.
Well, this is a long back test. This back test well back to 2018, and there are limitations on TradingView's back test. This does not have a trail stop in it, so
that's a true back test then.
This is a true back test. This one, and I've been testing this for quite some time now, and this one is a true back test. So this is going a year. This is $100,000 strategy trading. It's a little bit dynamic side. It has something called a martingale in it for those that don't use automation. Martingale is an adaptive sizing that sort of plays the numbers for you. If it's had a bunch of losses in a row, it can scale your size up a little bit. So if you don't understand what a martingale does, don't use a martingale. But this is a really nice strategy that, like this trade here the other day, this was 2 contracts, right? Because it had taken a stop on this last trade. So actually taken 2 stops in a row. So it actually,
I love whatever strategy this is.
yeah, this is a 30-minute strategy. Essentially it just is very clean. It works really, really well. I run this on a 150K account, prop firm account. This is the only thing I run. I have it on NQ also. It's a little different on NQ, but this is it on NQ. It's a little more volatile. But this one actually is the last 90 days on NQ. Same thing. And I think this one back tests pretty good back to, it's a little different, but the last year it did not quite as well as ES, but it manages risk very well. It also has a filter on this one. It doesn't trade well during FOMC week like most of NQ stuff. So in a week before. So in FOMC must be next week.
2 weeks.
December 10th.
Yeah, so it has a blocker that blocks out statistically days where it doesn't do well. So this is NQ. It runs on a 22-minute chart on this one. This
Interesting.
is the ES one that runs on a 30-minute chart. That's one that's going to be available on the store. This one also is going to be available on the store. This is a 1-minute breakout. So this is the last 90 days on this one. This is an opening range breakout. This is how this is set is on 1NQ, but I trade this on and I run it to micros, and I run this one at $1,000 risk on the TradingView side. When I run it on micros, I run it so each micro I add is $100 risk, right? So if I set it up this way on purpose at $1,000 risk, so it would break down my micros. So if I have a 50K account, I can run this on 2 micros and I know it's $200 risk. I can run it on 3 and I know it's $300 risk. So this is a really nice strategy too. That gets some big wins in here too. So yeah, I mean, this one last week was a beauty, 4,500 on one contract of NQ. So I run this on 5 micros. So it was about 2,250 or whatever this one was. So this is a nice strategy, but you can see how it contains your losses here at the $1,000 range.
Yeah, it's always a consistent loss.
Yeah, so you know it's not going to have losses that are more than 1,000, right? So if you run this on MNQ, which I would suggest you do, and then you can just sort of, if you have one account that is a 150K account with a 6,000 drawdown, right? You can run it as a 600 risk. And I say that, it's essentially you get 10 trades before you can knock yourself out.
Mm-hmm.
Statistically, you're not going to knock yourself out. So those are just two that are available, that are going to be available the first day of the marketplace opening, which we're looking at in a couple of weeks.
I love those. Those are going to be fun.
Yep. This is another one too. I don't have it set up right. Where is it? It's got to be. It's one of these. I always forget which. Yep. This is it. This is a long only strategy. I haven't had a whole lot of time to play with this one yet, but some other folks in our room have been playing with this one a lot. This runs on a 1 minute chart on MNQ, but essentially what it's trying to do is capture the fact that the market goes up over time, right? So it's just trying to be long, and it manages your risk right, and it's trying to find a spot to get long and stay long. So yeah, you're right. I could use a couple more trading.
Oh yeah. You need to use the grouping.
But what's crazy too is I actually know where everything is.
Yeah.
So because I run every one of my automated stuff on its own tab, on its own workspace.
That's what I do. That's what I do too.
It helps me stay organized, so I don't get out of whack. But this is in those that are, I think Tommy's in here, that use the gap fill strat. I did not get a trade here because the gap was too small. I have it set up where, minimum. So 0.3% of a up or down day would be my minimum to take a gap fill trade. But if you adjust this, right, I think this probably would have taken a trade today if you have it at 0.1.
Yeah.
What brokers is it available on?
So anything that Tradovate, Ninja, both cash and prop firms that do both of those. Any one prop firm that does Project X, and we're working on a couple others at the moment to hopefully get them going for other cash accounts that we've had. So essentially any prop firm you can run it on. Or if you have cash at Tradovate or Ninja Trader, I run a cash account through Ninja Trader.
Okay, got it. Nice. I gotta check that out for sure.
Yeah, if you want, you certainly can send me a message. I can help you get going there. And
yeah, I will do that. I trade primarily on Toss, and I trade options on Tasty. So those are kind of
I mean, what I would recommend you do is get it running and run it for like a month on like a Tradovate demo account. Finagle with the sizing and the positions and the combos of strategies. I actually did a webinar that was about an hour long, and I talked about sort of the layering of risk. Every additional strategy you add into automation. I talk about how, say you're running a strategy that trades once a day, but you have two different strategies there. You have one on NQ, one on ES, and they take $400 risk, right? Your risk is not really 400, it's 800, right? Now you add in another strategy that's taking a third trade, that's 400. Your risk now goes to 1,200 per day. And I think that's where people get caught up is, right? You're not risking 400, you're risking as much as your sort of what's in play every day. So I think that's where people can oversize pretty easily.
Yeah, as I would say, size is a killer.
Yeah, size is what will absolutely maul people.
It's the one thing that'll just nuke you, even if you're running automation.
100%. I mean, I can't tell you how many iterations of things that I've done. This is like almost year 4.
You wake up, you ran 3 different strategies on one account. You're like, oh fuck.
Yeah,
that's
and
blown
or
up.
like made a mistake and like had 2 different things going and or messed up and put it on NQ versus MNQ, or those mistakes happen, and you learn from the scar tissue of your prior ones. But we really try and make it so that people have the resources to put themselves in a position to succeed. Because it really is it's a fun thing to do. It's a fun sort of thing to learn. Backtesting strategies from indicators. There are some softwares out there, Tommy, that I can I can put you on, but it's tough because especially if you're using any sort of dynamic bracketing, where your bracketing changes from trade to trade, which we have dynamic bracketing we just put out an update today, Jordan. So you actually need to update your software.
Will do, yeah.
Dynamic bracketing went out, so you can now sort of program brackets into your stuff, and you're muted now.
Yeah, Imp is muted.
I was talking to Discord, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
No, the automation is especially getting started in it. To keep the size right, it takes out, and it runs a strategy, with what you want to do, not what you're thinking. And I think it's a really key element.
It is, and I think that there's like this misconception that we get a lot, that it's like some magic or like voodoo, that like just like you click the on button and money appears in your bank account. And that's not how it works. How it works is that you still have to tell it how much you want to risk. You have to tell it essentially what you want the strategy to do and how you want the strategy to do it. We put that framework out there for our users, right? So we offer 3 strategies to get people started. By no means it's the end game, it's a starting point. But it will allow people to start realize, okay, well, if I have X amount of risk on this strategy per trade, what's the worst I can do? What is the worst situation I can find myself in? And you always want to understand those, the worst position you can find yourself in moments, right? Because that's really where you can get in trouble. If you can stay out of those situations, you can be in good shape. But it's not a magic click a button and money appears in your bank account. No, it's a system that allows you to take all of the elements out of your trading that have lost you money over time, which is emotion, over trading, oversizing. Automation fixes those issues that are common retail trader issues. Tradeify does allow automation. There's very few prop firms that don't allow automation anymore.
One of them tried to ban it, and then they got
there
so
was
hard.
way too much backlash from it. The industry is going towards, I think it was, there's a new one that just recently, like one of their big updates, I think it was, is it My Funded Futures, or I can't remember which one it was, that just sent out something that automation's allowed. The futures desk, which is one of my favorites, because they put you to a live cash account very quickly. They are fully in favor of automating. I've had conversations with their team. Our software is compatible with their stuff. If your prop firm doesn't allow automation, find a new prop firm.
We're trading at, just not to cut you off, but SPX is at last Thursday's high. So we're trying to take that high
Run
up,
it.
67.70.
They're still selling the VIX.
It's just trying to break it over, and we just finished half back on the Nasdaq.
And we're still seeing tick sort of maintain 700-800. They're still selling the VIX. I think that there's a good chance that we're going to 6,800 on ES here before the end. We got 10 minutes. I could see a 10-15 minute push here.
MOC in 1 minute.
Tommy, you're on here. Make sure you update your software. Go to clearedge.trading/downloads. or go to our website and click on the downloads tab, download the new software. We just put out a big release today of an update. So bunch of, yep, here you go. Here's the push into the MOC. Man, I don't have any skin in the game at this point, but
They're buying everything.
yeah, just buy it all.
Nvidia,
Buy it
Amazon,
all.
Apple, everything's a buy.
Max bid.
Smash the
seems
buy
like.
button. Let's see, where are we closing here? Will are we going to be? Yep, we're 20 points now away from the 50-day on NQ. So we did get pulled right back over it. We're actually over the 50 and 20-day on ES now. So this ain't slowing, I don't think. We have 20 points more on NQ till the 50-day that could reject, but feels like the other stuff's going to yank it now. Yeah, they just sold the VIX even harder right now too. I have my daily chart up here. NQ on the right, 50-day, you can see 25,137.
Meta 636 now, just ramping.
Yeah, send it.
Insane. That one has been a monster. That has been my best trade of the week by far.
Just sitting long today.
No, I put on some butterflies on Friday for this week's expiration in Meta. The 620, 660, 700 broken wing butterfly there. So they're up huge. Paid $1.90. They're marking for 17.
Smo's gonna get on with you guys for the clear edge combo in a couple minutes too. I do have to take off in about 10, but
Sounds
he's gonna
good.
get on and I gave you guys my perspective on it. You get a different perspective from him, which is always good to, he has a different style than I and explains things a little differently. So
Yeah, it sounds good.
They're ripping this in the close.
beauty. Yeah, I think there's a good shot at this. I mean, we're still 15 points away from the 50 on NQ. We get over that into the last 5 minutes of the day, I think it's really going to end up getting a little squeezy. And Tommy, if your indicator's any good, we can talk, and if it's something that does well, we can always see if it's a fit for the marketplace too, if you've had some success with it. Want to give people as much opportunity to use different things and find what works for them. It's not about, no, I don't want it. It's yours. We don't need. I got enough stuff. Look at all my tabs. I don't need another one.
Here we go, taking out last Thursday's high. Let's see if they can close it above it. Close it above the 67.70 mark.
NQ's got the room. Could yank it. And that's how I trade a lot. I learned that from Gov is we if NQ has room, it can really push ES through levels. I mean, we're still sustaining a tick here at 600-700. It hasn't slowed down.
They're trying to send it. They're trying to send it to the NQ has room to 150s.
Yeah, I mean, NQ's literally right at the 50-day. So I maybe we get over that, but if it does reject, I mean, that's not crazy spot for it to reject.
Why are the games not working?
Oh, there's Smooth. What'd you shoot?
How's it going?
What was the final score? He parred the first hole. I believe it probably didn't happen again.
Actually, I was very surprised.
Wow.
I was very happy. I shot a 93.
Wow. That's not horrible. It's
For the
not
first
good.
time. I haven't played
It's
in
pretty
a while.
good. I usually shoot a 73 on the front nine.
You seen those TikToks where the guy calls the clubhouse and asks the guy at the clubhouse, "Hey, what's the course record?"
Yeah.
And you're like,
Oh,
"Oh,
I
it's
love those.
like a 65," and he was like, "Well, I think I just broke it. That's the 9-hole course record."
You're not going to believe me if I tell you this, but I don't know if my camera will show it. But you see what number golf cart they gave me?
I can't.
You can't make it out. And it was number 69.
I knew it. I was guessing that. I'm like, it has to be 69. What else? That's great.
Typical. It was fun. It was a fun day though.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Need a day off every now and again.
Heck
Yeah.
yes.
Did your automation make you money while you were away?
It a couple accounts made money, couple lost a little, but
There's very little better than playing golf and having your computer make you money.
my accounts playing the orb strategy killed it.
Yeah, that I was just showing these guys the couple of strategies that are going on the marketplace. I actually onboarded the gentleman who's going to be offering that orb strategy today, so getting him ready to go. We got another week or so. Yeah, about another week or so.
All right, that's the right link, right?
I'm looking at it right now for you.
Okay.
I didn't care if I lost money. Today.
No.
I was on a high from my 93.
Send me that link.
Give me 1 second. Let me just double check that you're.
Oh, the market's at a 61.8 here.
Yeah, about to close it up.
And a monthly pivot.
Yeah, I'm glad somebody else is watching that too. See, Nasdaq's at halfback.
I didn't look at the Nasdaq yet. Let's see. Oh yeah, 25 150.
Just double checking something for you right now, Jordan.
Okay. No worries. All good.
Did I mention?
I'm just trying to get out of a bad trade over here.
Oh no.
I'm trying to close. I sold the 75. I'm good. 75, 80 call spread right at the close against those previous days highs. And it is at 90%. 55 seconds. You guys done anything with automating on the option side yet, or is any?
We
discussion about that?
haven't. So really, we're a software company, and our software is the execution engine for automating future strategies. Options side, I mean, maybe someday we'll look into it, but there's a whole lot more. I had something fill here. Oh, I just had something get long. There's a whole lot more into the option side and automating
Sure.
options, but that was a long way of saying no. We don't do options yet.
Gotcha. Yep.
I'm sure as things progress, that'll be something to look at down the line. But I know that's tough with the whole options chain and everything. It's
Yeah, it is incredibly tough. And I don't think I want to get into the options strategy business either. I think that's a really tough business. I mean, maybe the software to execute an option strategy might be something that we look into, but actually having options strategies, I think, is a very difficult game.
Yeah, I agree. It's tough. Futures make it simple. Smooth.
Yeah.
How's the week been for you? I haven't done much this week, to be
Nah,
honest. I haven't got
tra-
what I wanted.
I took one trade yesterday. I didn't trade at all today because I was on the golf course. And I probably won't take a trade till next week.
It's just, yeah, the Thanksgiving week is tough. This is when we let the automation really run and do its thing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just typically, it's pretty low volume. Everyone's traveling and doing their thing, so we try and take advantage of market conditions that are beneficial to whatever edge we trade. And when the volume goes away, it doesn't really coincide with good trading decisions.
Yeah. What have been some of the strategies you've been running? If you want to share your screen, you can too.
Yeah, I will stop sharing mine so he can take over here.
Yeah,
Sure.
feel free.
And guys, I actually have to jump off, so
You're good.
I'm going to leave you guys with Smooth, but I did put that code for you in the chat, Jordan.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Have a
Appreciate
good
it.
Thanksgiving, guys, if I don't talk
Yeah,
to you.
you too. Have a good
wonderful holiday.
Thanksgiving. Enjoy.
Bye-bye.
We'll talk soon. All right, we get your screen now, Smooth.
I'm up. All
Yep.
right. Yeah, so this is pretty much when I was running today. Couple size down obviously for the week, but couple nice wins on the S&P and the Nasdaq, and this is one of our strategies, which is the opening range breakout, which can be customized in lots of different ways, but essentially it's trying to get a nice trend out of the market, and actually just had a forced time exit on it. So on the S&P, the Nasdaq closed around lunchtime, so I got long here at 20, basically just under 24,894, and exited just over 25,000. So took some nice points out of the
Nice.
market. S&P got long 67.35 and just exited at 67.84. So pretty nice day for that strategy. Our other strategies, this is our balance strategy that did not fire today.
Yeah, no go on there. I was waiting for it, but we didn't get that drop needed.
Yep. Basically, this is looking for a breakout for confirmation bias, long or short. We got the long confirmation, but we never came back to the balance midpoint, so no trade. But that would have taken a long if it came down to this yellow line. And I think GovGap did not get a trade today.
That's just because of the size of the gap, right? Me and Nara were talking about that a little bit.
Yeah, so this is looking for gaps which we can customize here. We're looking for minimum gaps to qualify, maximum gaps to qualify, and then signal candle not closing too much of the gap, so that it gives you a decent risk reward. And this takes some nice trades. Last week we got a really nice short. We got a couple nice trades actually last week. We got this 67.50 down to 66.88. This one was just a quick in and out. That was a quick stop out there. So it stops out, takes small losses most of the time, but then it gets these nice big winners. This was a basically 6,700 to 746, almost a 50-point trade here. So it really takes some nice trades. You know, I trade this on 1ES, and you know, that was a $3,200 trade. Had a $700 loss last week, and a $2,500 win. So I haven't run this week, just because of the environment. But last week was a big week on that one, and over time, it's made 30 grand in the last year on one contract with 2,800 in drawdown. So I really like this strategy. It's a nice gap fill.
Yeah, works well.
Nice to kind of sit back and let it make money. And that's just on 1ES.
Exactly,
so.
especially on these times. It just makes it easier too to sit through these times where you know the market's not good, but you still want to be trading, making money, right? You could just be sitting back and letting these strategies run, especially during the holiday season. Exactly. I feel like that's the biggest benefit is during these holiday times when, you know, these big traders are stepping away from the desks. You're not really stepping away, even if you are. You know what I mean? You could still be making money if there's opportunity in the market.
That's the beautiful thing, you know, and as you get more into running these strategies, you know, and our strategies are great for starting out, but what we're finding, and we're talking with a lot of different coders that have developed their own strategies, or any third parties that kind of have some promising things, and not all strategies work in all markets, so it's good to have a pretty diverse portfolio of these automations running, which is what I do. I got like 20 some strategies running right now. So I run ClearEdge strategies, but I also run a bunch of other third-party stuff, and we're actually getting ready. Dan probably talked about it, but in the next week or so, we're going to be releasing. Let me see if I can pull it up. This guy. So this is our software.
Yeah, the marketplace. This is going to be fun. I can't wait for this. Nora was just showing us like two strategies that one of them was like 55% win rate, but it was so consistent and it was really good. And it was the one that didn't even have a trailing drawdown either,
right?
Which I liked. And so the back test was like really raw and true.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what, especially with strategies, TradingView has its flaws. So forward testing is always better than back test data, but that's why any third parties that do want to potentially become a seller of their strategies on our store, we make sure we forward test them for some time, make sure the entries and exits are in line with what's being reported in the backtest data. So just gives us that confidence that, we'd rather blow accounts and test things out. And we've tested a lot of junk and blown lots of accounts testing these things. But, we want to make sure anything that goes on the store is viable. And, anything can lose money, right? It's trading. I mean, you're playing the odds and nothing is 100% successful. We just want to see some consistency so that you can look at a strategy and say, okay, this is the probability of the win. This is how much it's going to lose when it does lose, and how much can I absorb in the account that I'm running it in. And just making those calculations so that people stay out of trouble. Let these things run, let them work, and over time, first step one, pass your prop firm accounts, and step two, size down a little bit. And I'm always more aggressive on the evaluation phase. I'd rather pay for 3 or 4 evals to get to a funded account quickly. If I have to oversize for that, that's fine. And then you get to your funded accounts, you can size down a little bit and just let it work out over time and build those accounts, build your portfolio of strategies, and pretty soon you can have a nice little cash flow going.
Yeah, that's what I think, right? And that's how I'm using it, of course, because most people are not going to want to stop manually trading, which you guys don't even want them to either, right? This is just to add to your trading, because there's so many strategies out there. There's so many ways to capitalize from the market, but we can't possibly be trading all of those different opportunities and strategies at once, right? And so
Yeah, it's kind
being
of
able
nice.
to leverage the prop firm world, especially with this, is amazing, because that's how I'm using it. It's extra cash flow every month for me.
Yeah,
And
the
we
way I
keep-
look at it is I'm one person and I can only
Yeah.
trade so much, and I can only trade the strategies that I trade manually. And if I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 strategies running, all trading different things, I can capitalize on different setups, because I know my typical manual trading, I trade a lot of harmonic trading, which I've not yet figured out how to automate that, but maybe one day. It's pretty complex, but I can't take advantage of all of these different setups in the market. But if I can have some automations trading in a dozen different prop firm accounts, just cash flowing a little here, a little there, and maybe I have a red day in manual world, and I look over my automations and I made a couple grand. I'm like, okay, that takes the sting away from having a red day on the manual side. Or it makes money and I make money manually trading, and it's just supplemental to what I'm doing. So I definitely, I don't think it's, at least I don't advise it's something that can replace your manual trading. But if you're having a difficult time being consistently profitable on the manual side, this can certainly take the pressure off a little bit, because that's what hurts manual traders most of the time, is that pressure from passing those prop firms pressure on being consistently profitable. And that kind of does something to your mentality, especially I've seen people just go on tilt very quickly. They have a couple good days, couple good weeks, and then one or two bad trades and they go south quick. So the automations really have helped me on the manual side, because it kind of teaches you, if the setup is there, take it. And if it's not, don't. It's just a very binary decision. Like, all conditions.
There is no in between of how
No.
you feel or emotions or whatever. It's if
completely.
the setup and confluences are there, it's in, and if not,
You don't
then
second
it
guess
doesn't
yourself
matter. Yeah, exactly.
to get in the
Yeah,
trade.
so-
No doubt about that.
And more
And
people
so-
need to learn that early on, and that's really it conditions you to be trading like that from the beginning, versus how a lot of us start, right, with the randomness and just oversizing and basically just taking random shots at the market throughout the day.
Yeah, and sometimes I intervene, and there's probably places where it's fine to intervene and take profits. On a couple of those big gap plays, I took profits, at a couple $1,000, and it continued to like 3,200, which was fine. I'm not regretting stuff like that. But there are times where I intervene and I'm like, why the hell are you getting long here or short here to the to the automations? And in the manual side, I'd be like, I would never short this or never
Right.
long this. And I intervene, and then it ends up winning, and I'm like, I should have just left it. So
Yeah.
it really is just very binary, like no PBA, no paralysis by analysis. It's just taking the trades that it's supposed to take, and it's either going to win or lose, and just accept that. And you look over time, and these strategies perform consistently, and until they don't, you just keep it switched on and size it according to your account, and then just let it do its thing.
Do you think there's a world where you find a strategy that is just so good that you're like, you know what, I don't want to even run multiple. I just want to have a big cash count and put more funds into this and just run that?
I've come across a couple that I thought could be that, and then market conditions change and it goes the other way. So I think there's certain strategies that when they are just on a roll that you can size up a
because every
little.
strategy is going to have a month that it's down or 2 months that it's down. I mean, right.
I wish
So you
there
wanna
was
try and
there
mitigate
was
those.
the Shangri-La of strategies was out there, but I just don't think it is. I think you have to just like manual trading, you always have to be learning, evolving, and adapting to market conditions.
It's funny though, even if I were to tell most people in the audience right now, hey, you're gonna, like, this next year, 2026, you're guaranteed you're gonna be profitable, but you're gonna have 3 months where you're red. they looking at me right now, they'd be fine with it. But then you go through that trading and you feel like you're in a spiral to the downside, right? Where it's like it's very realistic to have 2 to 3 months to the downside and the rest of the year be absolutely killing it, right? But
right. You
have to
got
be
to
able
give them
survive
time
those
to
3
work
months.
out over
Yeah.
over a long period because
It's true.
you know you're gonna have down draws, you're gonna have stuff. You got to give them time to work.
That's why I
do
love the
some of
far
that
back
with-
test too
Go
as
ahead.
well.
Yeah,
And I've been
because-
there. You feel like it's never gonna turn. You're like, I'm on a, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, red trade streak, and you're like, oh my god, my strategy's dead. It's never gonna work again, and it does. I mean, not all the time. There's outliers for sure, but that's why the strategies that we developed for ClearEdge are tried and tested strategies. That there's no secret that opening range breakouts have been a thing for decades. The initial balance has been a thing for decades. Gap fills have been a thing for decades. So I tried to program strategies that were, adjustable, customizable, and that could produce consistent results. And they're going to have good days and bad days like everything, but consistently over time, those things work. And they work because, the market is mostly driven by trading algorithms, whether it's institutional, high frequency traders, CTA. I mean, all of these big institutions are using, algorithms to do a lot of the big trading. I think I read a statistic like 90% of all trading volume is algorithmic, which is great for us because we know, if algorithms don't have emotions, they get out of a trade, not because of a feel, but they get out of a trade or get in a trade or get out of a trade because of some trigger. And if it's not news related, it's got to be something else. And that either you're in, camp technical or camp mechanical. Mechanical is going to be gamma and things like that. And then technical is going to be, breakouts, breakdowns, pivot levels, Fibonacci, which is why technical trading works so well because it's very easy to program. It's mathematics. So not easy, but it's easy for somebody who knows how to code to program algorithmic trading around technical levels. So there just has been either little or not great options for the retail trader, and that's why we built ClearEdge, so that for a pretty inexpensive entry price, you can capitalize on some of this algorithmic trading and kind of do what the big boys do
Absolutely.
with smaller size.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Because
Not trading
it's funny
400
when you
contracts.
if you really think about it, even the big hedge funds and institutions, even if they're not actually like using some legit automation, they're all separate, right? When they're working, like one person is making the decisions on the trade, the other person's actually executing them, right? And that kind of does the same thing that automation does and brings the emotions out of things. So I just find
Yes.
that to be, it's like
Such a helpful
like,
thing.
everybody's using it to some extent, right? Some sort of kind of automation to an extent, and I would call that the same type of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just another tool to add to your trading tool belt, and like I said, I look at everything from a risk reward and what's the investment? Is it going to pay me back? And is it going to help me? Is it going to be profitable? And the answers are yes. It definitely, and with the store that we're about to release, I mean, there's going to be constantly adding stuff, and that'll evolve over time to be something that you can have a good. And not only can you see different strategies in there from other people, if you actually have a strategy yourself, we're giving people the option to become a third-party vendor and potentially monetize something that you have built.
Oh yeah, because there's people in the audience I already know, and just people out in the trading world that code and build their own strategies. Now you can, for one, put it on a marketplace and sell it.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
for two, just, I mean, you could be actually automating it yourself through ClearEdge, right? And that's what I think is awesome. You guys don't force people to only use your own strategies. You're like, hey,
No, we
come here,
encourage-
use your own, share it with us, and put it on the marketplace and make some money from it, right? Which, by the way, guys, everybody in the audience, I pinned it in the chat. If you click that link, it'll take you to the ClearEdge website. If you use code WOLF, you guys can get a free trial. So we usually do a free trial throughout these streams. Take advantage of that and just try it out. And then you don't have to pay for it to see if you actually want to use it or like it.
You get 7 days to give it a try, and if you like it, you stick around and come into our Discord.
That'll get them in the Discord too, right?
Yeah, we got we've been beta testing this a while, but we launched a couple months back, and we've already got a couple hundred traders in the Discord using the software, and everybody's been super helpful and enthusiastic, sharing ideas, sharing different setups, and we're around to support you and help you get onboarded. We have some good videos on our YouTube channel to help you get set up quickly. If you're an experienced trader, it's going to be fairly straightforward for you. It's going to take you a few days to kind of get accustomed to the software. It might take you a little longer if you're not familiar. But, I have people that never touched futures trading, and they're using the software every day and loving it. So we have all experience levels, and it's just been great to see. And like I said, there's right now a couple hundred people in the Discord that are using the software, and everyone's been super enthusiastic about it, like I said, and very open to help each other succeed. And that's what we love. We're building a really nice community.
Yeah, shout out to the crew. I love to see people going in there and just helping you guys out. Everybody's clicking around and trying to figure out ways to make the strategies better. I know Knots was texting me one night. He's like, bro, change the setting on it. It'll like up the win rate on this strategy. I'm like, this is so cool. We can all just play around with it and figure out what's best,
That's the beauty of it, because
awesome.
we've been beta testing this for a while, and it's just been a couple of us, and now we've got a couple hundred people essentially testing.
I have a team, helping
we
you out.
We came up with some really good parameters for the strategies, but some people keep saying, "Oh man, if we do this and change that, and don't run it on Fridays, it ups the win rate." So it's great. It really is great.
Yeah, I definitely want to give this a try. I'm definitely going to. I'm doing some automation with options, with the Option Alpha team, and doing some stuff on there. But I definitely want to try it for futures. So this is going to be great. I'm going to definitely add this.
Yeah, you should. They got some good strategies you would probably like to run already too. So
yeah,
Nara and Smooth are always willing to help you out. It's pretty easy to set up though.
I need to get I'm gonna do a Trade Evade account and do it through there, because right now I trade majority on Thinkorswim, and I'm gonna open up one of those so I can do this as another account.
Yeah, and we actually just released the latest version. We've been testing, obviously when people trade cash, we want to be extra cautious, so we were testing some new features, and we just released a new update to the software that allows you to trade cash account through Trade Evade or Ninja. So that's something that people have been asking for a while. So
perfect. I love it.
Another addition.
I see sub dude. It says I am getting $50 off with the code Wolf, not free trial. It'll be $50 off on your first once it actually like asks for a payment. But the first week should give you a 7-day free trial, and then it's $50 off once you actually have to make the payment.
Right.
But yeah, Smooth, a great rundown. I know me and Nara talked too. I don't know if there's any other strategies you might want to go through, any other points you want to drop for the team, but I just want to make sure we got everybody that link and give you guys a minute to show us how things we're doing lately.
Yeah, we definitely have. We also, we can take automations not just from a strategy on TradingView, but also from indicators. So this is an indicator. So I'm able to take something like this, and when there's a short signal, for example, on here, I can go into my signal here and execute from a trading view indicator. And
It
so-
doesn't necessarily have to be an entire coded strategy. It
No.
could just be an
And
indicator
then-
that you have. Yeah.
And then when I'm in my account here and I add a new strategy, I can set the take profit in points and ticks or dollars. So that way, if you don't have a strategy, you just have an indicator. It's not going to tell you when to sell. You can
just do it in
you
terms
can
of
just
risk
do
to
it there.
reward.
So I know that this always trades a certain range. It takes profit in, let's say, 100 points, or stop loss is 100 points. I can just put that into there. It's going to take the short signal and then set a bracket. So this will just set a bracket in the broker, whether it's Project X or Tradeovate. It's going to set that bracket when it sends the short order. So it'll execute the sell, and it'll set your stop loss here. It'll set your take profit here, right in the broker, as soon as it sends the order. So it's able to automate any indicator as well. So not just strategies. And I kind of like using indicators too, because whenever you have automation, whenever you're using TradingView, which is unfortunately sometimes the weakest link, because their signal, where our software is executing in sometimes sub 100 milliseconds, but we're still reliant on the signal coming from TradingView. And if that's got a little bit of a delay, it could turn that 100 milliseconds into 1.5, 2 seconds from the actual signal. So when you get a bracket order, you get rid of the exit slippage, basically. So it kind of reduces some of that potential slippage. And that doesn't happen all the time, but again, we're at the behest of TradingView, so that's kind of a nice thing. So we're running a few indicators right now that have been pretty decent. This is another one I'm running on gold. This has a few different profit levels that it'll take, but again, I can set this up in my and this is a third-party strategy that I've been testing. I think Dan probably went through let me see if this is one of our members that coded a 1-minute orb, which actually took 2 trades today. I got 1 win, 1 loss. Let me reset this. Yeah, so I had 2 trades today, made $1,400 on the first trade and lost $535 on the second trade, trading 1 NQ. So overall, last 30 days, let's see what this has done. So on 1 NQ, this has made 11,000 and with a 3,400 drawdown with 1 NQ. I take this from an NQ chart and I actually trade 5 MNQ on this, so my drawdown's a little less, but still 5 or 6 grand in a month is pretty good. We'll take that. So
Absolutely take that. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Do that on a couple accounts every month. That's good money.
And the 5-minute orb strategies in the last 30 days, I think they've been pretty decent. Yeah, this has made 3 grand with 1,200 in drawdown, and the Nasdaq has made 60. Is that 30 days? No, 1,600 with 1,800 in drawdown. So between these 2 orbs, this is 1,600 and 3 grand. There's $4,300. So these have performed pretty nicely. GovGap has done pretty well, as I mentioned before. So just running a portfolio of these strategies, some are going to be red. I think balance has probably been around even the last 30 days, maybe a little profitable. Yeah. So it's
just been pretty even and chill.
Yeah. I think I'm up a little more than that because the couple days I didn't run it for, I don't know, FOMC or whatever. But
yeah.
And it took a loss, which I didn't take. But yeah. So we have, this is another strategy that one of our members built. I don't think I have it set up correctly, but this one, This is 90 days, about $6,000 with 7,000 in drawdown. So a little deeper drawdown on this one. That's one of our members that I'm testing it out for. Yeah, so we got a lot of different things in the works.
Yeah, I
A lot
love
of-
it. You guys are constantly working on new strategies, other ways to capitalize, ways to make the strategies better. I love it.
Yeah,
That's the way
and
to
like I
do it.
said, we wanted to have a few strategies available that people could tweak and be profitable with, and make them feel like they're getting real, even though the software itself is immensely valuable. We just wanted to be able to program some strategies for people to get started, get their feet wet, make a little money, and then introduce this marketplace where ultimately, hopefully, we'll have eventually maybe hundreds of strategies in there that we've tested that maybe they're not always all going to be profitable, but you'll be able to build a portfolio so that you always it balances out and you're always seeing profit from somewhere, and just build up a nice little investment or automation investment portfolio, I guess, would be.
Agreed.
Yeah,
That's the way to do it.
it's the goal. That's the goal for me too, personally, as a trader. I want to have
Multiple
20
sources of income, right? And if I
20 or
can,
30 prop accounts all running automation, and
yeah.
just leave it, let it go, and then send in my weekly payout requests,
Yeah, exactly.
and
That's
then
the
go
best
play more.
feeling
Then
ever.
go play more golf.
Yep, go play golf, right? That's the
Next-
move.
Maybe
Well,
maybe next time I won't shoot from the ladies' tees.
yeah, it makes that scorecard look a little bit better
Yeah.
at the end, doesn't it?
The ladies' tees don't even help me.
Yeah, he's still shooting over 100.
I can hit it. I can hit it far. It's once I get close to the hole.
That's why they say.
All right, I just opened up my Trade Evade account. Done.
Nice.
So,
Let's go.
Boom.
Shout
Let's
out
go,
Will.
Will.
Yeah,
Um,
well, I definitely if you ever have any issues, hit up Smooth, hit up Nara. They're so willing to help. I'm willing to help too. I know a decent amount about the automation stuff, so if you ever need help, I'm here to help. Ryan, Amp, what's
By
up?
the way, Black Friday on Tradeify, code Wolf 40% off
Code
all the
Wolf.
accounts right now through Monday, December 1st. So from now until end of Cyber Monday, 40% off over at Tradeify. We told you guys the Black Friday deals were coming. 40% off right there. Code Wolf. This is a tweet that just went up on our Wolf Trading right there. But if you're, hey, looking to pick up some accounts, get into some Tradeify. It seems like a good pair right there. Get you a discount over there too. So
And
40% off. Just wanted to throw that out there.
You can use those Tradeify accounts with ClearEdge, so you can go take the free.
That's why I
trial.
wanted to bring that up during
Yeah,
the middle of this.
You
It's
can
like,
go
look,
get
if
the
you're
free trial for ClearEdge and not pay anything to try it out, and then only pay for your funded. But that's already 40% off, so it's very, very cheap to start and try out the ClearEdge if anybody wants to. That link's still pinned in the chat. But shout out to you,
Yeah.
Adam, coming on, showing that.
Now's
Smooth.
the time of year. Now's the time of year. I get your trading view. So I think I've got like a couple of years left, and I just keep adding on to it every Black Friday.
Oh yeah, the Trading View Black Friday sale. We
Yeah.
love that. We take advantage of
Crazy.
that. Well, you got any last thoughts before we wrap things up?
No, like I appreciate being on here and sharing what we're doing. Hope a bunch of you in the chat are able to come in and get your 7-day free trial. Come check out what we're doing. You like it, stick around. And, we're, like I said, we're always active in the Discord. You can always reach out to me on Twitter or X, whatever they call it these days. I think you'll find it's a great community. Everyone's super helpful. And I think it's something that is going to grow. And just get even better. We do have a team of full stack developers as part of our company that are constantly updating and improving the software. So even though the software is phenomenal, the software you see today is the worst version you'll see, because it's always going to be improving and getting better and adding new features. So that's our commitment is, we want to team up with people to keep building the strategy marketplace while we concentrate on making this software just immensely better and better every day.
Agreed. Well, always a pleasure, Smooth. I know we'll have
Thanks,
you on
guys.
again soon. And as for the audience, it's been a great day on stream.
Yeah.
We're gonna get wrapping things up, so make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. But big shout out to Smooth, big shout out to Will, Emp coming on towards the end here. Emp, you got any last thoughts? Last shout outs?
Don't do
Code
anything
Wolf.
dumb. I did a
Code
little did a couple little things dumb today. Code Wolf is a good shout out. We are at a golden retrace and previous all-time high on SPX. We are half back on NDX. I still am not convinced that we're out of the woods just yet, and I won't be until next week. So we'll see what happens. But this is, I mean, it's positive, right? I would love a push through here and then a come back and hold once the institutions get back to their desk, and then I'll be much more excited. Dell had earnings while you guys were chatting there as well. They were initially up on the reaction and pulled back in a little bit, still up just over 1% here. Numbers look decent. That's the only earnings play that, or not play, but only earnings news that I really heard in my ear. That I don't know if there's any earnings people cared about. Zscaler, HPQ, Workday were some of the other ones that reported today, but I think it was a slight miss on revenue for Dell, but the EPS was a nice beat, 2.59 versus 2.39.
Heard that.
Yeah, that's all I've got. And I mean, I know Smooth has got the same thing on his screen, watching, NDX, SPX right at these retracement levels, which can be targets. It can also be cautionary places too. So
61.8 right here.
Yeah, and we
69.
rejected that Thursday high as well. So just carry that forward in your narrative. But like I said, I'm with you. I really want to see us get above the primary downtrend, which is a little bit further up in SPX, and that for me is around that 68.25 area in the cash. So we'll see what happens for the rest of the week, and then next week will be a good side. But I just signed up for ClearEdge and got
Let's
a
go.
Tradevate account going. So
Welcome.
Shout out. Let's go,
I'm
baby.
looking. I'll be
Let's go.
Smooth. I'll be reaching out because I'd like to get this set up. So
Heck yeah, I'll be around. I'll be a little full of turkey, but I'll be around.
yeah. No, we'll catch up.
I did
next
see
week,
this
so.
too. Oscar got a price target upgrade from someone. I heard it a few moments ago as well. But
We'll watch that
Oscar,
going into tomorrow.
they're up like 3, almost 4% in the after hours. So yeah, that was the other piece of news that I heard in my ear.
All right.
I don't know. I kind of just want to play golf the rest of the week.
I
You
agree.
should.
Uh,
It's a tough game. I think golf's a lot harder than trading. Anybody agree?
They're very similar. You show up to the golf course, you fuck up one shot, and you start full porting every shot, bro. And it's just like
Grip it
it's
and
a
rip
shit
it.
show, bro. It's
I
a
think-
shit show.
Yeah,
But
I think if I'm 60% profitable on the golf course, I'm happy.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I
Yeah,
think
they
I was-
call me the snowman out there.
yeah.
It's 8s all across.
Oh gosh.
The thing about golf, and maybe trading's like this too, when I compare it in my head, the thing about golf is like you get going and about hole 5, you start to kind of get a little bit of a swing going, and all of a sudden you hit that like one shot that you're like, oh yeah, like I could do this. And then
It's
it
always the
goes off
shot
the
that
rails.
brings you back.
But it's that one shot,
Yeah.
you get like a birdie, or like you'll put one within like 5 feet from mid fairway sometime, and you're like, oh yeah, okay. But it just came more often. I could do this. I feel like it's like trading. Like that one big trade makes you like keep going for the other trades, and sometimes
You're like,
it's
I
not
got
the
that
best thing.
shit now. Yeah.
It's when you drive. It's when you drive the green and then take 4 putts to put it in the hole.
That is. You've been watching my golf game. That is me. Look, I'm a scramble player. Like you put me with somebody that's got a short game, we're getting to the green. Like I'm gonna drive it 250 plus, and I'm gonna get us to the green. But once we get there, it's all on you.
All right, then
Yeah.
we got to go golfing.
The
There we
course
go.
I-
Me and you, Will.
The course
All right,
I
I'm
played
in.
today was like the first hole was a 590-yard par 5 right off the bat. I'm like, oh my god!
Let's go.
Don't even like ease me into it.
Smooth, where are you located at?
Naples, Florida.
Oh, nice, beautiful,
Yeah.
nice
I,
weather.
I live basically right next to Tiburon Golf Course, which is like Ritz Carlton.
Got it.
Course.
Yep.
I didn't play
Yep.
there today because it's like $600 a round.
Yeah,
It's
reasonably
a
priced.
little crazy, but even like half decent courses this time of year, a couple $100 a round. It's pretty crazy this time of year.
Yeah, very nice.
What a day, y'all. All right, I'm gonna wrap up. the
All right,
stream,
cool.
but
I'm gonna
shout
jump
to
out
the
of here.
audience. Yeah, Will, enjoy. Smooth.
Take care.
Enjoy. Happy Thanksgiving if we don't see you guys really around tomorrow. And shout out to the audience sticking around. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. Use code WOLF. Tradeify. Black Friday sales, baby. The Black Friday sale on Apex 2. Code WolfX there. And with that, we'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. You streaming tomorrow, Em? I think he is.
Yes, I am, because
You are.
Thursday we're off, so I'll be
Okay.
live tomorrow morning.
So yeah, Emp will be live on the Wolf Trading account tomorrow morning. If you guys want to watch
I'm
some more live
back.
trading, we'll be on X Spaces as well, and gonna be
Doing
another great day.
everything.
So, yeah.
Just kidding.
All right, we'll see everybody tomorrow.